morning, Nigerians. Good morning, super citizen listeners. You're welcome to Citizen FM 93.7. It's time for newspaper review for this morning, 6th of December 2023. My name is Okikiola Kosim. You are welcome. And we are transmitting live from Labour House here in Central Business District, Abuja. Starting with Daily Trust newspaper this morning. Kaduna massacre, northern leaders, others demand compensation. Community and religious leader from the northern part of the country on Tuesday frowned at Sunday's killings of over 90 innocent villagers by military drone at Tudumbiri in a Gabi local government area of Kaduna. While calling for a full-scale investigation into the incident, they also demanded compensation for survivors and families of the deceased. Get the details of that news coming to you from Daily Trust this morning. 2024, Tinubu, Shetima to spend 10 billion naira on trips, meals as villas animal get 201 million naira. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Vice President Kashim Shettima will be spending 10.13 billion naira on meals and travels, according to the details of the 2024 budget proposal. The 27.5 trillion naira budget proposal is being scrutinized by the National Assembly. Get the details of that news coming to you from Daily Trust newspaper this morning. COP28, Sheyi Tinubu, stewards, chef, cook, among others, delegations. Reactions have continued to trail the huge number of delegates representing Nigeria at the ongoing climate change summit COP28 in Dubai, the United Arab Emirates. Although Nigeria has 1,411 delegates at the conference, the federal government had put the number of those it sponsored at 422. The presidential candidate of People's Democratic Party and Labour Party in this year's election, Atiku Abubakar, and Peter Obi respectively, as well as civil society organizations, have flagged the huge delegation of Nigeria at the summit, describing it as a jamboree and waste of scarce resources. Get the details of that is coming to you from Daily Trust newspaper this morning. HIV. Nigeria recorded 77,000 new infections, 43,000 deaths in 2022, UN. The Joint United Nations Program on HIV and AIDS, UNAID, says that Nigeria recorded a total of 77,000 new HIV infections and 43,000 AIDS-related deaths in 2022. The National Program Officer of the organization, Doris Ogbang, made the disclosure yesterday in Abuja during the commemoration of World AIDS Day by the UN system in Nigeria. You can get the details coming to you from Daily Trust newspaper this morning. 2019 Imo governorship, Supreme Court declined to sack Uzodinma, fine PDP lawyers 40 million naira. The Supreme Court has dismissed an application demanding the sack of Governor Hope Uzodinma, who the court had declared as the winner of the 2019 Imo State governorship election. A five-member panel of justice on Tuesday, led by Justice Inyang Okoro, held that it had no jurisdiction to entertain the appeal brought by the People's Democratic Party (PDP) as its candidate in the election, Emeka Ihedioha, describing it as a frivolous and highly vexation. Get the details of that news coming to you from Daily Trust newspaper this morning. NAHCON sets committee on reviewing catering accommodation guidelines. The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, has inaugurated a committee to review the extant guideline on accommodation and catering services for the purpose of engaging better service delivery during the 2024 Hajj. You can get the details of that news coming to you from Daily Trust newspaper. 2024 budget. Reps direct NUC to reconcile accounts. Remits outstanding IJR. Ministry, departments and agencies (MDAs) of the federal government have been to raise their revenue generation to supplement the consolidated revenue fund to meet the projected revenue for better implementation of the 2024 budget. The Deputy Chairman of the House of Representatives Committee on Finance, Rep. Saidu Musa Abdullahi, threw the challenge during a budget defense session with the National Defense College (NDC). Get the details of that news coming to you from the Trust newspaper this morning. Moving on to the Nation newspaper now. Army explains accidental drone attack on villagers. Other riders on the headline says, intelligence showed terrorist movement. Our family lost 34 people. Nema, 85 killed, 66 injured. Tinubu sympathize. Other probe of incident. Federal government eyes concessionary loans, climate financing to fund 2024 budget. The Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister for the Economy, Mr. Wale Edun, on Tuesday said the country needs to take advantage of cheap concessionary loan and climate financing to raise revenue to fund the 2024 budget. Edun made this revelation in his speech during one-day retreat on the 2024 appropriation bill organized by the Senate Committee on Appropriation. You can get the details of that news coming to you from the Nation newspaper. to resolve Benue APC crisis. All Progressive Congress APC elders in Benue State, led by former Senate President Ahmed Ebute, have waded into the crisis between Governor Alia and the chapter. The 23 APC local government chairmen had accused the governor of not carrying the party along in the affairs of the state. You can get the details of that news coming to you from the Nation newspaper this morning. Timeline of accidental bombing in Nigeria. January 17, 2017. Over 52 villagers were killed and 120 injured in an accidental bombing by the Nigeria Air Force fighter jets of internally displaced people camp in Borno State. April 13, 2022, fighter jet of the Nigeria Air Force bombed Sakotoku village in Dombao local government area of Borno State, killing 17 civilians, including women and children. April 2022, Nigeria Air Force jet kills 6 children in Kurebe village in Shiroro local government area of Niger State, and bombs were targeted at terrorists hibernating in the area. July 7, 2022, Nigeria Air Force jet bombed Kunkuna village in Safana local government area of Katsina, killing 13 villagers, including women and children. January 2023, bomb by Nigeria Air Force jet kills 37 persons, including headers at the boundary between Benue and Nasarawa State in Doma local government area of Nasarawa. December 3rd, 2023, Nigeria Army drone killed 85 villagers in Tudumbiri of Igabi local government area of Kaduna State. Get the details of that news coming to you from the Nation newspaper this morning. Withdraw all intra-party litigation, PDP directs members. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, has directed all intra-party litigants within its folds to withdraw their cases. It gave the directive in a statement issued yesterday by its National Publicity Secretary, Mr. Debo Ologunogba, after the party's 578 National Working Committees meeting. You can get the details of that news coming to you from the Nation newspaper this morning. Moving on to Punch newspaper this morning. New minimum wage must reflect economic realities, NLC. ahead of next year negotiation of new minimum wage for workers in the country. The Nigerian Labour Congress has said only an amount reflective of the current economic realities will be accepted. The NLC president, Mr. Joe Ajero, stated this on Tuesday in Abuja at the 19th edition of the NLC 2023 Hamatan School. You can get that details coming to you from Punch newspaper this morning. Alcohol, sugary, beverages kills 10.6 million yearly, WHO. The World Health Organization has called for increased taxes on alcohol and sugar-sweetened beverages to reduce death from drinking alcohol and unhealthy behaviors. The WHO, in a press statement on Tuesday, said globally 2.6 million people die from drinking alcohol every year and over 8 million from unhealthy diets. You can get the details of that news coming to you from Punch newspaper this morning. President Tinubu will not weaponize religion, ethnicity, says SGF. The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, has said President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will not weaponize religion and ethnicity, saying this can stem from his appointment spread across religion and ethnic divides. Akume also said Nigeria should rest assured that President Tinubu would deliver on his Renew Hope agenda. Get the details of that is coming to you from Punch newspaper this morning. Over 9,000 civil servants fail promotion exam. No fewer than 9,000 civil servants who sat the 2022 Federal Civil Service Promotion Examination failed. This is according to a list obtained by the Punch from Federal Civil Service Commission. The Punch report that no fewer than 13,000 civil servants sat the 2022 examination, which held in about 69 computer-based test centers. You can get the details from Punch newspaper this morning. Kabar running Akeredolu's government, stealing funds, PDP. The Opposition People's Democratic Party in Ondo State on Tuesday said the state has been grounded economically by alleged cabal, which hijacked the government of ailing Governor Rotimi Akeredolu. It therefore demanded that Akeredolu should transmit power to his deputy, Mr. Lucky Ayedatiwa, for governance to save the state from being driven into abyss. You can get the details of that news coming to you from Punch newspaper this morning. Nasarawa State enroll 130 Almajiri in health insurance scheme. The Nasarawa State government has disclosed that no fewer than 130 Almajiri teenagers have been enrolled into the State Health Insurance Agency as part of its efforts at improving their health status. You can get the details of that news coming to you from Punch newspaper this month. 2024, President Tinubu, Vice President Shetima's trip to Gov 15 billion naira. International and local travels of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Vice President Kashim Shettima, and their aides in 2024 may gov 15.96 billion naira. The figure is contained in the 2024 appropriation bill currently before the National Assembly. Get the details of that news coming to you from Punch newspaper this morning. Moving on to penpushing.com.ng, one of our reliable online platform. Kidnapper bury victim alive after collecting ransom. A gang of kidnappers have, after abduction of Praise Dakian, a former chairperson of the Community Development Committee in Kerekendo, Ghana local government area of Rivers State, buried him alive after collecting ransom. You can get the details of that news coming to you from penpushing.com. And it's time for us to bring in our in-house analyst and public affairs commentator. He's a seasoned journalist and media consultant. I'm talking about Mr. Salman Salami. Good morning and welcome to Newspaper Review this morning.
Good morning, the presenter, and good morning, our super citizen listeners.
Let's start with Kaduna massacre. Northern leaders are demanding compensation. President Tinubu order probe, and the Nigeria army are giving reason for what happened. What is your take on this?
It is unfortunate. It is sad. It is not a palatable news. We as Citizen FM took a decision yesterday that we'll be rather professional about this. This is time for sober reflection. Our heart flies out to the families of the victim, the deceased. We wish them forbearance. May Almighty God give them the fortitude to bear this irreparable loss. And we wish those who are in the hospital a very speedy recovery. It is a very sad development.
And if you check timeline of accidental bombing in Nigeria as enumerated, they have been listed. Anyway, we pray Allah will give the family the fortitude to bear the loss. Federal government high concessionary loans, climate funding to fund 2024 budget, as said by the Minister of Finance. What is your take on this?
Well, the climate change is synonymous to COP28 that is still ongoing in United Arab Emirates. The conference has thrown up a lot of issues and is stemming from the number of delegations from Nigeria to the conference. It has thrown up quite many serious issues. One, what exactly is the number of the people that left Nigeria for Dubai to attend this COP28 conference? While some people are saying that the number is 1,400 and so, the federal government has come out to say that they sponsored 422 delegates to the COP28 conference. There are so many issues, like I said. The first question one will ask is this: what exactly, who are the 422 members? What role are they going there to play? What exactly does climate change conference hold for this country? What do we stand to gain? It might interest some of us to know that quite many Nigerians don't even know what the whole gamut of climate change is all about. It's neither here nor there. What we will say here is this: we have been told that the country is going through a very, very hard time. We should avoid wastages. We should plug all the leakages. And this is why we are saying here that federal government should be more circumspect in spending people's taxpayers' money. Money should be spent wisely. There must be value for money. Why citizens are going through a very hard time and they are tightening their belt, the government should not loosen theirs. That is all we can say here for now.
And let's take on minimum wage must reflect economic reality. The president of NLC said, what reality is he talking about here? Can you help to expatiate?
Well, the question should go to him because he's the one who is talking about economic reality. But what is clear, and this is abundantly clear, is that the value of the naira has gone down, by which I mean it has depreciated as a result of the running inflation or the inflationary trend. Be it as it may, there is the need for the federal government to look inwards and think outside of the box in such a manner that they will provide workers with a living wage. What is a living wage? That is the wage that can truly take them home. A wage that can take good care of their necessities, the needs, not necessarily the wants. As it is today, the minimum wage of 30,000 is not only is grossly inadequate. Not only inadequate, but grossly inadequate. It just cannot take people home. Let us prioritize human resources. That is the greatest resources we have.
Okay, it's time to bring in our super citizen listeners to join us on this program. And you can do that by calling 0903 2229 797 0818 2222 205 0818 2222 206. These are the lines you can call and make your point briefly, and your point will count. Let's quickly get what the Secretary to the Government of the Federation is saying about the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that he will not weaponize religion, ethnicity in his administration. What is your take on that?
Well, weaponizing religion and ethnicity is not the thing to do, and it's not the way to go. To me, it is an ill wind that will blow us no good. Religion, religious war. Let us avoid it. Thank God that Mr. President is dead to religion. He does not do things based on religion. He does not do things based on which part of Nigeria you come from. He does things based on merit, based on competence, and based on the exigencies. Let's hope and pray that he will continue to do things based on due process. This is the way to go. Weaponizing religion and ethnicity will not do us any good in this country. There is the need for us to put the right peg in the right hole.
Okay, according to the 2024 budget, about 15.961 billion naira will be for the presidential trip, travels and the rest and the vice. What is your take on that?
We have said these times, and times over that there is a need for prudence. There is the need to cut down on leakages. There is the need to apply the resources, the scarce resources available, in such a way that it will put smiles on the faces of Nigerians. There is the need to reduce the hardship in the land. Definitely, things are hard, and the actions of the government must reflect the prevailing circumstance in the country. What we are saying is this: there is the need for the judicious allocation of resources.
Okay, let's quickly move to Ondo, where it is alleged that Kaba running Akeredolu's government stealing funds, according to PDP. What will you have to say about this?
Well, like I keep on saying, that allegation remains what it is. And politicians should learn not to play to the gallery. This weighty allegation need to be substantiated. Unsubstantiated allegation is an ill wind. It will blow us no good. And we should please not eat up the polity. The opposition party should criticize and should do so constructively, and if need be, provide evidence or proof, and refrain from making reckless statements.
Okay, I have to hold you on, then we have a call. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Hello, my name is Kennedy. I'm calling from Karo.
Okay, Mr. Kennedy, good morning.
This works, sir.
Fine.
Thank you very much. I was so saddened this morning. I was expecting the federal government to declare public holiday for us.
Can you please raise the level of your volume? We cannot.
I was so saddened this morning because I was expecting that the federal government would declare, public holiday for us to mourn this number of innocent citizens that were killed in their community. It would have shown to us that the federal government valued the lives of our citizens. They say it is a mistake, but if you read it down, this airstrike, this war striking bomb, it was 2 times, not even once. And then there is no money, nothing. They just the defense chief just came out, gave an apology. Now there is no compensation, I guess, that will make these people forgetting the loss of their loved ones. The injury and the pain will be there. Remember, we also read in some communities, even in Doma, Nasarawa State, that this also happened. How long will we continue? Do you think we'll continue to, be having such mistake? And at the end of the day, they just come out and give us apologies. Why don't they give this mistake happen in sharing of palliative? Why don't this mistake happen that maybe one of these days they wake up that government mistakenly pay all the hospital bills of Nigerians and then give us a reason to celebrate? I think it's high time we value the life of citizens. Now, I don't know whether you read one of the headlines also that talks about maintaining Aso Rock animals.
Yes, we read it.
Maybe you didn't read it.
We read it.
Yeah, you read it, all right? Now, these are animals that the federal government is having value. Do we say that they have value for these animals more than the lives of citizens? I bet you not. You can't bet me. There are some communities in our country today that cannot boast of one transformer. Thank you. Let me stop here. God bless every positive thinking in Nigeria.
Thank you very much. Mr. Salami.
I've said it. It's unfortunate. We are saddened with the soul of the departed. Rest in peace. And may God grant those who are in the hospital a very speedy recovery.
Over 9,000 civil servants failed promotion exam. What is your take on this?
Well, failure is not final, but it is a sign that something is wrong. Something is drastically wrong. If the workforce, because the implementation of any government policy will be done or be carried out by the civil servants. And if the civil servants are not competent, your guess is as good as mine. It is sad. Really sad.
Elders to resolve Benue State APC crisis. What do you have to say about this?
That's the way to go. What are elders for? They are to make peace, without which there won't be progress. Let them go ahead. And we plead with all the parties that they should heed the voice of reason, heed to the voice of wisdom, and we praise the courage of the elders.
The Joint United Nations Program on HIV and AIDS says that Nigeria recorded a total number of 77,000 new HIV infection and 43,000 AIDS-related deaths in 2022. What is going on? What do you have to say about this?
Well, times were when HIV/AIDS was a pandemic. I think there is the need for we Nigerians to be more careful, especially the way we relate with the opposite sex, even though it's, you can contact it not necessarily by having inappropriate dealings with the opposite sex. But be it as it may, it is a silent or clear reminder of the fact that there is the need for us to be more careful and more circumspect in the ways we conduct our lifestyle. We should engage in good lifestyle.
And let's quickly look at the budget 2024. Rep directs NUC to reconcile account, remit outstanding IGR. What do you have to say about this?
Well, the House of Rep, as it is termed, is the House of Representatives of the People. They are the representatives of the people, and they have the oversight function. And if they are now performing their oversight function well, it is a good development. Yes, public fund must be accounted for. It is public fund, and public office holders should be held accountable. Holding them accountable is the way to go. It's a good thing.
Let's see, look at COP28. Seyi Tinubu, Steward, Chef, Cook, among other Nigerian delegation So what do you have to say about this?
Sheyi Tinubu, are we talking of the son of Mr. President?
I guess is the one.
Is he a public office holder? What role has he to play in Dubai at COP28? Who sponsored him? The chef, the cook, and what have you? These are the questions that Nigerians should ask. We've been saying it that power belongs to the people and the people should hold government accountable in such a manner that we put the government on its toes and they do the right thing. Well, let us keep our fingers crossed and still see how the cat jumps. Then we'll be in a position to make informed analysis.
Okay, let's quickly look at Uzodinma. Supreme Court slammed 40 million cost on Jose Comer. What do you think? I mean, what is your take on this?
Well, the Supreme Court has consistently been telling us that they are final, not because they are infallible, but they are infallible because they are final. Supreme Court is the last court of is the last bus stop, is the last court in the land. And even though I am not a lawyer, but I know that whenever Supreme Court pronounces on a case, that's the end of the case. To ask Supreme Court to revisit its previous decision on a case is what I will leave in the hands of the lawyers. But I don't think they do it often. They hardly do it. They rarely do it. And the counsel who took the case to court is a legal luminary, is a senior advocate of Nigeria. For the Supreme Court to have fined him 40 million means that what he did was wrong, was not supposed to be done, at least not by a senior advocate of Nigeria. The 40 million naira awarded is punitive. It's just to teach a lesson that you didn't do it right. That is not the way to go. Don't let us repeat it. Well, it's a learning curve. That's all I'll say on this.
Let's quickly take the withdrawal of intra-party litigations by PDP as directed by the PDP leaders. What does that have for the politics?
Well, the National Publicity Secretary of People's Democratic Party, Barrister Debo Ologunagba, has told the party members to withdraw inter-party litigation or suits in courts. Well, this is their own way of dealing with internal conflicts and resolving it. If it works for them, good. And I think that there is the need for parties to put in place a conflict resolution mechanism in such a manner that some things will be treated as family matter.
Yes, this is much we can take from today's newspaper review. I want to thank you, Mr. Salman Salami, for always being here. And dear super listeners, this is much we can take until tomorrow, where we'll bring you another edition of this program. My name is Okikiola Kosen. Thank you. Stay out of trouble.